Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, they're fun. Man, I was surprised how fast they are and they go anywhere.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The suspension on them is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, is it, oh, the pilot's not on.
No, I
Gas is on?
yes. That's been tripping.
Yeah, we can either put a cap on it or...
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sometimes a cap
Uh-huh.
is easier than... Those are the two things I don't warranty, are the
Yeah.
temperature pressure and the...
Well, I'm going to keep, maybe I'll just keep the old ones.
Yeah.
The pilot light didn't go on? Can you see the light? The pilot?
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. I usually just give it a minute. Staying back.
It would, right down there, it would.
You saw the flame?
Yeah.
Was it repeating? Like pulsing?
No, after a second or two, it would repeat.
No, it's always jarring when it doesn't.
So that's good that you've seen it before. You know exactly what it is.
I know exactly what it is. Yeah, I brought some different burner assemblies with me. Usually it just gets a hole, a rip in the screen.
And the screen is where?
You'll see it when I pull the burner assembly out, but it's got this, so it shoots the gas in, and the gas goes down that tube that you see,
Mm-hmm.
and then it hovers on top of the screen, and then it catches the pilot light, and it floats on the screen. And if there's a rip in the screen, that gas will get out and ignite outside here, and it can get fed back into the gas that's coming in, and you get this like pulsing kind of, and it starts igniting the gas out of sequence. Sometimes if it's a real small rip, it'll take a while. Let me do something dumb and get my face up. So far so good. We'll pull it out either way. Yeah.
There it goes.
That's all it does?
No, it doesn't.
It'll do it again?
Yeah, it'll do it again unless it blew out the flame already. Then it won't do it again.
Oh, I see. Yeah, took the flame out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well. Oh, you got a nice pad down here. That's good.
Yeah. You want to turn off the gas, or is it fine?
Nah.
Okay.
There's nothing to worry about. I always tell you to do that. They kind of have to tell you to do that.
Well, that's it, huh?
That's it. I don't really see any rips in it except for right here.
Oh, like an
See
indentation.
that? Yeah, you can kind of see like a burn spot.
Yeah, I
On an
see.
indentation. I think that's what's going on with it.
We'll find out.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we know it's going to continue to do it no matter what. So, let me.
You want the other one?
No, I'm going to do it out there
Okay.
because there's more room
Okay. Yeah.
and less likely for me to bang my head on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so. Oh, it's so nice how this one goes in. Sometimes the tolerances are so tight, you can't, I don't know how they got that thing in there. This thing's got plenty of room.
So in other words, you had to play with it, huh?
Oh yeah, you got to push down on the, you got to push down on that screen to keep it from catching. You know, so because you could rip it, just putting it in and out.
Yeah, it's very thin.
It's very thin, and if it gets a couple of little puncture holes, you can start down this whole path. Of it. So we'll obviously hang out for a little while. It takes a minute to heat up, and then that's probably what it was doing.
How many hours does it take for the whole tank to heat? Do you know?
About 45 minutes. A 40 gallon? Yeah, about 45, 50 minutes.
I would say, I was guessing a couple hours, but
no.
Less than an hour.
Yeah,
cool.
less than an hour. Yeah, and then it's insulated, right? So it should stay warm. Like water heaters die and go out or fail or whatever.
It has a sensor in there to turn itself back on to heat up the water?
Yeah, it's got what's called a thermistor. So behind all this, behind this black nylon sort of well housing, is a sensor with a ribbon cable that connects to a circuit board. And so the circuit board is also plugged into the valve. So the circuit board ties everything together. It looks at the temperature of the water and then tells the valve to open up, and then it can only run if it gets the voltage from the pilot light. It's like, they call it proving flame, right? Because they don't want gas shooting out without there being a flame in there, because, you know, theoretically a fire could happen. It's rare, but it could happen. Yeah, so that little thermistor in there, basically, it's like a thermometer. It knows the temperature of the water in the tank, and then it sends that information, or it changes whatever it does. It changes, and the circuit board senses that, and then we'll turn it off. And then it'll wait for it to hit. And since the cold water comes in, you know, it comes in at the top, but it goes down a dip tube, a special tube that sends all the cold water to the bottom. That way it'll trigger that sensor early. And so hot water rises. So most of the hot water is at the top of the tank, and the cold water comes in at the bottom, then it senses the cold water's coming in. So you use your hot water, you're sending in cold. That's the pressure, the water pressure. So all the hot water that's coming out, cold water is coming into the water heater, and it takes a few minutes to mix with that hot, and then it kicks it in, and that's when it fires up. And then it will run. So if you used all the water, let's say a bunch of people took showers, right? Like 3 people took back-to-back showers, and you pretty much drained as much hot water as you could out of it, and it started to get lukewarm. Within 45 minutes, it'll recover completely, as long as you're not using it anymore. So yeah, it's about 45 minutes. That's what we found. So that's condensation that falls right there. You hear those little drips? That's the gas burns, and it releases a little bit of water vapor. It condenses on the cold tank, and it falls as a vapor. That might have been what wore out that little spot on the screen, because it looked like it was just worn out for some reason. So it may have had a lot of condensation falling in one spot.
So in other words, it's thinner. That area was thinner, so gas goes through there?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, it didn't look like it was ripped.
Yeah.
But it was just slightly, yeah. And that's why I think it took a while. That's why I think, because usually it'll happen right away. Like, I'll fire them up and wait. And I used to pull them out and examine them. That particular one, I was just in a hurry or something, so. And it looked pretty good. It looked like almost new, so. And based on the year, it's not likely, you know, to get the rips in the screens, but they get defects. Could have been a manufacturing defect. Who knows? I'll throw it out. I'll strip all the parts off of it and throw that thing away.
This one's holding up so far.
Yeah, it should. There's no rips in the screen, and that was probably definitely your problem. And then you should have hot water here in, you know, another 35 minutes, something like that, 40 minutes. But yeah, it's a weird little design. It actually takes the gas and it's open to the atmosphere and it shoots it down that tube. When I first saw it, I thought something was missing. And I called a plumber friend of mine and I was like, is this normal? Like, what is this thing? And he goes, I don't know. I have no idea. And then I did a little extra research into it, and they're all like that. It actually shoots the gas under high pressure.
Yeah, it's different.
Right down that tube, and then it rises and hits that screen and sort of floats on that screen, kind of hovers right there. If you look in through here, you can kind of see it a little bit. It's all orange now because the water drops are hitting it. But anyway.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. Sorry about the problems.
Oh, I'm just glad it was an easy fix.
Yeah, I kind of knew.